Hi everyone, this is Laura at Pet Care Veterinary Hospital, and I'm going to show you how to create a technique chart. It is used to develop consistently good radiographs, used to decrease retakes, and calculates KVP and MAS based off of the patient's measurements and area of interest, the thorax, abdomen, extremities, etc. This is just one of the technique charts that is already in place at our hospital on our computer desktop. You can see it is measured in both kilograms and centimeters, KVP ranging from 60 to 65 and then 75 to 80, and MAS stays at about 5. These are some other charts that I found for the thorax and abdomen, and you can see there's settings for less than 5 centimeters. You lower the MAS for those. And then skull, spine, and extremities. KVP for centimeters ranges from 60 to 95 for giant breeds, and MAS goes up considerably. This is the tabletop, and that 40 centimeters, you can see the arrow in the back, is the distance between the x-ray tube and the x-ray table. Sante's rule is a rule used to approximate KVP by measuring the thickness of the animal and the distance from the x-ray tube to the x-ray table, which is 2 times the measured thickness plus the SID equals the KVP. And this is a caliper. This is what you use to measure your patient. Inches are on the left and centimeters are on the right. And you can see a little slider scale at the near the top that you can use. And this is Ivy. She is a technician's pet, about 12 years old, I believe. Spayed female, pitty mix. So you want to measure the thickest part of the abdomen, which is about the 12th rib. And she measures to be about 19 centimeters lateral. For the VD view, same spot, you want to measure at the 12th rib, and she's about 24 centimeters. So once you measure your patient, you want to use the technique chart already established, and we have it on our desktop. So she's about a medium-sized patient between 11 and 35 kilograms. Centimeters 11 to 15. MA is already at the max. KVP is 60 to 65 and MAS is 5. So I will go ahead and use the 35 KVP set or 65 KVP setting. MAS is 5 and MA is at 300. You want to make sure the crosshairs are at the last rib, just where you measured, to make sure you get everything in the abdomen. Make sure your marker is in there, either the left or the right. And once you get them in position, you want to collimate down to reduce as much scatter radiation as you can. It's important to remember to measure the patient when it's already in lateral or VD recumbency. The measurements that I took when the pet was standing versus laying down were very different. Ivy measured to be about 19 centimeters in right lateral recumbency. So when applying Sante's rule, 2 times 19 plus 40 is about 78 kVp. And when you formulate a technique chart, subtract 2 kVp for each centimeter decrease. Add 2 kVp for each centimeter increase up to 80 kVp. Add 3 kVp for each centimeter increase from 80 to 100. And 4 for kVp ranging from 100 to 125. And when you evaluate the image, if the bones are gray, overexposure has occurred, and the KVP should be reduced by 10 to 15%. If the bones are too white, underexposure has occurred, and the MAS should be decreased by 20 to 30%. And then you have the 15% rule. Set your machine to 80 kVp and 7.5 MAS. Take 2 radiographs at this setting and use the 15% rule to make adjustments. Decrease the kVp by 15% if the image is too dark, and increase by 15% if the image is too light. And this is just another view of the machine that we have. You can increase, decrease MA, MAS, and kVp. And it's always important to use a radiographic log. Ours is digital, but most are handwritten, just to record the kVp and MAS to create a ongoing technique chart for the future. And I just wanted to thank Janice, my technician, and Miss Ivy for helping me with my radiographs.